to look at. Pickup artist guys, dating advice guys, MGTOW guys, MRAs, bordering on incel stuff. And the more I watch, because I'm fascinated by it, the more it shows up. So I'm stuck in a purgatory of strange guys, and the only way to purge them from my life is to show them to you, and then I stop watching them because I've already looked at them all. The last few videos have been pretty kind of heavy, so I thought we could do a fun, chill video where I just kind of spoof on a guy that I found. Taylor the Fiend, that's his name. He's an animated vampire cartoon misogynist guy. That's how I would describe him. He's like a goth incel elf that's emo or something. I don't know.
You'll get girls who will join law school. You'll get girls who will, you know, go into medical fields and stuff like that. They'll want to become a nurse. And some of these girls, man, to be quite honest, what they're doing is they're jumping into the field so that they can latch onto the men at the top and then just not work and kind of go with, you know, ride his coattails, so to speak.
Let's go. Oh, dude, he's Manosphere and he's a VTuber. Oh, that's fucking awesome. That is a perfect. And I mean, perfect fucking compy. That is an incredible collaboration of forces that I absolutely... He's not even a VTuber, right? He's a PNG tuber, technically. Is he moving? Did I see him moving? Wait, he can...
You'll get girls who will join law school. You'll get girls who will, you know, go into medical fields and stuff like that. They'll want to become a nurse. And some...
You know what's fucked up? Vamps are not like this, okay? This guy's disrespecting Playboy Cardi's entire fan base by overtaking vamps and becoming a vamp cell. The V-Lone Warriors would not stand for this. They love big nurses. The V-Lone Warriors, the vamp cells, the true vamp cells, the Playboy Cardi fans, okay? They're about to get so mad at this guy. Especially because Playboy Cardi himself is like, you know, almost came out a little bit. Like a little bit, if you guys were following that. Anyway.
Some of these girls, man, to be quite honest, what they're doing is they're jumping into the field so that they can latch onto the men at the top and then just not work and kind of go with, you know, ride his coat.
What do you do, motherfucker? What do you do? What do you mean? Get a job. 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 You're literally a vampire. You're LARPing as a vampire on the internet. Talking shit about fucking nurses? Are you insane? Get a job. Get a job. Have you seen what a fucking job application looks like? No. Because you're trying to be a fucking vampire on YouTube. Get a fucking job. Any job. Says you? Yeah, well, the difference is I'm successful enough. I can say it.
Tails, so to speak.
For some reason, it doesn't show how many subscribers he has, and I don't know why that is. But if we go to his channel, we can see he has 50 million views. And he's only been uploading for like 1 year. So what kind of content does this guy make? Well, why don't we look, okay? I got a divorce. 30-plus-year-old woman divorces her husband, only to find out the grass isn't greener. Insane woman gets annihilated by Chad, refuses to take accountability. Woman goes into a rage on TikTok after being rejected by men. 30-plus-year-old woman regrets waiting so long to find a man. You'll notice a pretty consistent theme with these thumbnails. It's just pictures of women and then cartoon reaction guy. And basically the whole thing is like this for eternity. It's just pictures of women, they did something bad, we're roasting him. SMH my head. Look at all these woms. He uploads like 5 times a day. I don't know where his supply of videos is coming from, but it's basically limitless. Just looking through these, you can see how consistently they're being posted, and the views are like really high. 4 videos in the past day, 40,000, 60,000, 40,000, 78,000, 79,000, 231,000. Like, this is so much. So why don't we watch some of this content and see what's kind of going on here.
So my favorite thing is like homie just straight up, if he put his face out there, that would be the argument. You know what I mean? That would be the end of the argument, right? Because you could understand why a lot of this, like where a lot of this resentment is coming from. But because of that, he's like, no, I'm actually a sexy vampire guy. It's like, are you? Are you a sexy vampire guy? Like you're Morbius, dude? You know? Really? That's what you did? Okay.
I just got out of a 6-year-long marriage, and I'm entering the dating world as a single mom. It has been an adventure.
Okay, really quickly, it's so funny because he always plays the full clip at the start. So it's just some lady talking and his grinning anime avatar, like standing there like frozen. No matter how long the clip is, he doesn't interrupt it. So it could be just like 4 minutes straight of him like...
It has been an adventure. And the other night, I went on a first date. And on the way to the date, I started to get worried that I was not dressed up nice enough. I was wearing jeans and Timberland boots because it was cold. And I was like, man, what's this guy going to be wearing? But when I got there, he was in sweatpants and a long sleeve t-shirt. So I wasn't worried anymore. And yes, I looked at him and I said, why are you wearing sweatpants? And he said verbatim, because I do not give a...
So here we have a divorced single mother who has divorced her husband, and she has gone back out into the dating market, and she has come to realize that the grass is not greener on the other side.
Oh my God, that's his voice. He is a voice changer. Oh no. Oh no, he's using a voice changer. Unacceptable, dude. Real vamps, they do this voice on their own. Want to be Cardi? Oh, Dover Street Market. That's fucked up. This guy's a fake vamp, dude. Get him. Playboy Cardi subreddit. Get this guy. Get this guy out of here. You want to be Cardi? That bitch is a baby. Oh. Sorry.
You know, a lot of these women, guys, they believe in the strong and independent women narrative, and they go out here.
I mean, he's not like modulating it that much, but you can tell. Like, oh yeah, oh, it's fucking crazy. He's also an oi bro, so that's another L.
Yeah, they divorce their husbands, and they realize, oh crap, men are not committing to me. Men are not interested in me. Men don't care anymore about me. Okay, why can't you just step up and wife up a divorced single mother? And you know what, guys? I have no sympathy for these women who, you know, fail to stay with their husbands.
All right, so there's a lot going on there. Let's try and break that down. It's the women's fault for not keeping their husbands. That's why divorces.
Wait, like, what if he was like abusive, bro? What the fuck? Like, what? He's Australian? Sorry, mate. I am a defender of Aussies and Kiwis, so I automatically, when I see cringe content, as a defender, as an avowed defender and supporter of Australians, Kiwis, I will immediately say like, oh, no, actually, it's British. You know what I mean? So you don't have to correct me like that.
Happen, and therefore the punishment that they receive when men don't love them in the dating market is 100% deserved because it was their fault from the start. You can see the way he's using this like massive generalization about women. It's like weirdly punitive.
On today's show, guys, we are going to be kicking it off by breaking down a clip from this woman right here who is a freshly divorced single mother.
Based on my experience of doing the Fresh and Fit video and then now having all of these guys recommended to me, there's similar ones which I'll go into. They're all selling a one-sided narrative that women are the problem, it's women's fault, so they are providing a sense of security in your decision to stop dating. If you've got a girlfriend and you want to lose her real quick, just go and cry in front of her a few times and tell her your feelings. Yeah, basically, no woman wants to hear that. Modern women doesn't know how to be a wife, but knows how to get divorced. She says 6-year-long marriage as if it's 26 years. I'm so freaking sick of hearing single mother of 2, single mother of 4, single mother. Like we should feel sorry for their stupid decisions. They are destroying the family unit with their selfishness. There are a lot of females, very few women. Smiley winky PC. So you get the general vibe of what kind of community.
I mean, none of those dudes have ever been around women since they came out of a pussy. That's the last time. Bro, if the last time you saw a pussy was when you came out of one, you don't get to talk on this, okay? They're like, females losing their, destroying the family unit. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. You are literally, goddamn, dude. Holy shit. For good reason, you're not going to be able to repopulate, okay? Your fault, and you should know that.
This fosters, right? A baseline sort of resentment for women and a rejection of the pursuit of relationships. Are you sick and tired of YouTubers doing their bullshit ad reads all the time? Do you want to just get to the video sometimes? Well, too bad, because this video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. So
That's crazy, because you guys here get sick and tired of the top of the hour ad break that comes literally perfectly at the top of the hour every hour sometimes. And obviously, like, unrelated to the sponsor here, but it's like there are some methods that you can avoid. There are some methods you can use to avoid the top of the hour ad break. I don't know why the sponsor is relevant in this situation. Obviously, it's not. But you know, you can subscribe for $5 or for free, or definitely not use the sponsor that he's using. Don't make yourself look like you're watching from India or something. That was certainly not work. Here's the 1 minute ad break now. Okay. Just run the damn ads. Here it is. Guy who's a friend of mine who works in a trading card store watches this guy constantly. He wastes his time on this incel shit. Like what, Noah or the fucking cringe vamp guy?
free stuff. It's good, man. All right, back to the video now. Hi.
You know, you just change your pair whenever you feel like it, because Big Daddy government will come in and subsidize your life if you choose to remove a man. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again.
Just a brief welfare queen shout out before we...
Can I just say something? Do these people think like women only breed women or something? Like, if Big Daddy government doesn't help single parents, like, what do you think happens to the child? The male child. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think is going to happen to him? Why is it that, like, incels always think that, like, women are only breeding other women and therefore, like, shouldn't get welfare or something? Like, they have to believe that, right? Anyway,
we start our show today. Yo, what if Bloodborne had neoliberalism? There's also a lot of like incel terminology going on here. So I have decided that I'm now getting a side hustle as a women empowerment coach. I can allow these ladies to ride the CC. CC is the cock carousel. Cock carousel, an idea perpetrated on Manosphere blogs that women casually sleep around in their 20s with hot, non-committal player types. Then, supposedly, when they hit their 30s and lose their looks, they realize they wasted their prime man-snagging years and became desperate to settle down, often with a boring, dependable flavor of guy they previously had no interest in. Karen spent her late 20s riding the cock carousel with a bunch of guys in bands that just wanted sex.
that's awesome. That's a report right there. A bunch of guys in bands. This just smells like fucking specialty flavored root beer that you can only get at a gas station in Minnesota. Okay? And you're 35 years old and you wrote that. Okay? I'm just saying, like, you're such a pathetic fucking divorced dad loser that a brand that, like, I can map out exactly what brand of fucking divorced dad loser you are to say, bunch of guys in bands that just wanted sex. Incels will literally write their own type of theory about female hypergamy without fucking learning the truth about dialectical materialism. Just like read fucking Hegel or something. I mean, I hate philosophy, but goddamn, dude. I mean, these motherfuckers need an outlet. Like, they literally need an outlet. They need an outlet. They need to, like, read something. They're just, like, making this insane shit up. This is what happens when they move away from materialist understanding.
Now she's 33, past her prime, and dating an accountant who she's pressuring to have kids with. So obviously this is fucking unhinged, but what it promotes is that anytime you encounter a woman who is single and over the age of 25, that is entirely her fault, and you can never trust this person because they should be held accountable for their mistakes or whatever. And here's the thing, right? I really don't have a problem with any type of self-improvement content. Like people who want to be career focused and do that so they don't spend as much time dating, or they want to be focused on their...
You think Zizek is good for incels? Yes. I do. Because the reason why I think Zizek is really good for incels is because, like, when I give incels advice, they're like, fuck you, you're hot. Like, what the fuck do you know? You know what I mean? You're privileged. Whereas like Zizek has a fucking smoke show of a wife and literally is like fucking double glizzied up half the time and looks like shit. I'm sorry, he just does. He just looks like shit. He looks very dirty. That's why we call him a raccoon. He looks like he is dumpster diving. Like all the time. So yes, I think that incels can like look to that. Which, by the way, is ironic because, like, Marx also was famously disgusting. Like, literally disgusting. I mean, I often, like, make fun of anarchists and stuff, but, like, when he was being monitored by the police, they took notes about the way he lived, and they were in awe. Like, they were shocked at the way that he existed in filth. Like, straight up, in filth. No showering, sleeping throughout the day, sometimes working throughout the night. Anyway, let's continue.
Fitness, or they want to travel, or whatever type of thing you...
All I'm saying is Marx would have been a fucking... Karl Marx would have been a Twitch streamer.
want to be doing. That's all totally fine, but also you want to ask the question why? Why are they doing that? Why are they deciding to focus solely on themselves? And the vibe I get from this space is that they're doing it because women are the problem. And that's bad. It's like, if you're gonna do self-improvement stuff, do it because you want to, not because you think there's no hope of ever finding a proper relationship, you know?
I actually believe her when she uses the word adventure, okay? Because what these, like, it amazes me that we've got a whole bunch of men going out here choosing willingly, Lord knows why, to date these single mothers, and then they think that, like, any form of quote-unquote connection that they build with these women is actually real.
It's weird because it's not like he's saying, you know, if you're getting into dating and someone has a kid and you don't want to take on that responsibility, you feel like you're too young, you feel like you're not ready for doing that, you can just say so. Instead of that, it's like any single mom looking to get into a relationship should be completely shunned by society and punished. Very weird.
So I just got out of a 6-year-long marriage and I'm entering the dating world as a single mom. It has been an adventure.
Yeah, I bet. Guys, take note of the word that this woman used right here. She's been out on an adventure. Do you want to re-wife up, excuse me, a girl who has gone on on adventures with dudes? I don't know if that's the word you'd want to hear, but hey, maybe you're into that.
Guys, you all know what women mean when they say they want to go hiking. It means they want to climb up onto all these penises. No mountains, no trails, none of that. Just wieners everywhere. Adventure Time, the show, is hentai, actually.
You'll get a lot of questions from guys saying crap like, why doesn't my wife dress up for me anymore? Why doesn't my girlfriend dress up for me? Crap like that. But she'll go out dressed up to the town. Notice how this woman is going out to meet an essentially random dude, and she is concerned that she is dressed up, in my view, not dressed down enough. So notice how she says she doesn't feel dressed up enough because
was he supposed to come naked? Like, how would he be more dressed down for a first date? Also, that's a self-report. I'm sorry to do this, but like, basically showed the rest of the world with that one statement that you don't understand the concept of dating. Like, you've never had a date. Oh, with essentially a fucking dude that's, a stranger. It's like, well, yeah, that's dating, you fucking idiot. That's... Like, if it wasn't for the vampire avatar that he uses, or the voice modulator, or the fact that he's made multiple compilations about like random women on TikTok being like, oh, my dating life sucks. If that wasn't enough, look to him literally going, can't believe you're fucking going on a date with a random stranger. I mean, yeah, that's dating. I know, wild concept, but it's kind of how that works.
she's too covered up because it's cold. Right? Yeah, that should tell you everything you need to know, guys.
What is it, Taylor? What does that tell you? How does that tell you everything you need to know? Wait. Guys, she says she wants to wear a shirt instead of a sweater. Case in point, folks. Divorce her even though you're not even married.
These girls say like, oh, I go out on the town for myself with my girls just to have some fun. It's like you dress the way you do to get attention from dudes, which is cool. but like, let's just not lie about it, eh?
Okay, I
It's not cool. He's not saying it's actually cool.
get it, you're wearing a shirt, but let's not act like that shirt isn't so that you can rip it off in the Starbucks and show it to everyone your boobies and not me.
And yes, I looked at him and I said, why are you wearing sweatpants? And he said verbatim, because I do not give a So
And these girls sure know how to pick them, don't they? Right? For girls who say that they want caring, compassionate men, it's just super convenient, right? It just has to be one of the most convenient things on the face of the planet.
What?
How they always seem to end up, you know, having these fun adventures, shall we say, with dudes who, quote, literally don't give a damn about what they even wear to said event.
Taylor, it was their first date. Why is it her fault that the guy showed up in sweats? Like, you see the circular logic here, right? You know, guys, girls always say they want to find a man that's a good man, but then they go out and find men that aren't good men. Fucking idiots. All you have to do to find a good man is find a good man. If you don't find a good man, it's your fault. But also, if you're a good man, you should never date a woman. So, joke's on you. I'm extremely confused.
I would much rather watch what the people say rather than what they do. And these girls, they spend all of their time chasing dudes who don't give a crap. Don't believe me, guys? See how much time girls spend on their phones, right? Like, it's insane.
wow, we are off to a
What? What are you talking about? Guys, these girls, man, they just you guys all know how girls women be shopping. You know that, right? They just can't find good men these days, man, because they're just spending too much time at Victoria's Secret or texting. And yeah, so this video is just 37.
What's your fucking secret, Victoria? Huh? What's your fucking secret? What are you hiding, Victoria? That's right. Talk about that for a minute. Tell you what.
7 minutes of that. He does pick on some different women. Why don't we search for his most popular video? Response: he didn't stick around. Girls are realizing men aren't committing anymore. Okay.
Put a finger down if you match with a guy on Hinge and he's literally your Prince Charming. Like tall, dark, and handsome. I'm talking 6'4". So not only that, he's the best texter you've ever texted. He's smart, witty, sarcastic, just all of the above. Great, we love it. So you're planning your first date. He offers to pick you up. But not only that, he makes sure that you're comfortable with it first. Like he asked. When I get outside, he's waiting outside of the car and says, I have 2 rules for you tonight. You don't touch the door handles, car doors, restaurant doors, etc. You also don't touch the bill. That's all me. From there, I'm sold. Prince Charming is literally, I'm in the car with Prince Charming next to me. The date goes amazing. Sparks are flying. We have everything in common. He has a big boy job, makes big boy money, does all the big boy things, and I'm obsessed. Like, great, love it. The next day, I get ghosted. So am I the only one here?
Motherfuckers are like, Hasan, that's you? Are you kidding me? You think I'm a good texter? Are you out of your mind, dude? I'm literally the worst. And big boy job? I'm not even a ghoster, okay? Because in order to be a ghoster, you have to be able to like initiate a conversation. For me, there is no initiation in the conversation. I don't know. There needs to be like a different version of that. This is the best comment I've read today. Twitch streamer is a job invented by children. I mean, literally, it's fucking so stupid. You're right. I do not have a big boy job, though. Hasan is getting red pilled by the vamp cell. Yeah.
Or has this happened to someone else?
No. See, the thing is, we got all these ladies out here currently shopping out of their price range. Okay, you've got all of these girls thinking that they're entitled to the top shelf guys.
Dude, homie, what shelf are you on? You know what I mean? Like, this is the thing I don't understand. Like, when incels say stuff like this, I'm like, who doesn't want to fucking date out of their date range? Like, everyone is swinging high, dumbass. Like, who's like, oh man, I love fucking not doing that. They literally point to something that is like incredibly fucking normal, that like every normal human being would want to do, And then they go, you know, oh, look at these fucking dumb Shaylas. Look at these fucking dumb Shaylas wanting a guy with a fucking job. It's like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Like, I mean, you have no shelf. You're off the fucking shelf. Let's be real. But, like, it's a normal thing that people want to do. Like, people want, like, someone who's fucking cool and well-positioned and knows what the fuck's going on. I only date people with mid personalities with no sarcasm and dry humor. Yeah. Yeah, this homie's been recalled. You're right, awesome, Mio. He has been.
You know, the guys that are doing the best in life, and these 6 foot, 6-figure guys, all these girls think that they're entitled to these men. They're absolutely not. And the thing is, these girls will get to 30, 40, 50, and
kind of sus, brother. I'm just saying, if you're like constantly finding yourself rating men and being like, oh, these are high value men. These are high value blokes. Not for you fucking Sheilas. Like, you know, it's a little sus, all right? A little sus. Why are you constantly fucking, why are you constantly making tier lists of top shelf men? Huh? What's going on?
they'll be single and alone with their cats while they wait for Mr. Right to come along. Mr. Right has already been in their lives.
Okay, let's break this down. The girl told that story because she thought it was weird that after she thought this date went really well, this person ghosted her. But from this, Taylor is already jumping past that to a conclusion that she never would have worked out with that guy anyway because price range.
All these ladies out here currently shopping out of their price range.
And then the catastrophizing, so going from that into women are going to grow old and die alone with their cats, doesn't seem like a reasonable response to the video that he showed. I think when these guys hear someone described in a way that like portrays them as a Chad, every single descriptor makes them more and more resentful towards the women. And that lady used way too many. She was like, he was tall, he had a big boy job, he made big boy money, he was handsome, he opened the door, he is chivalry. These are all things that these guys like detest, because to them women don't deserve any of this stuff. You know, it's like this guy's already doing way too much for this person. Like price range, marketplace, normal brain.
Finally, I can comment again. I've been banned for almost 2 weeks. This question is actually pretty easy to answer. I've actually kind of answered it in a few of my previous videos. You see, women don't actually do anything in life.
Wait, you are so big and great. Why do men have a high suicide rate? That's not a easy to answer. Anybody that says, oh, this question is really easy to answer, that's crazy. Okay, what the fuck? How are you easily answering this?
Even if you look at industries where women do technically dominate in raw numbers, there's still higher positions that men dominate.
That is such a wild thing to say right off the bat. You know what, guys? Women don't actually do shit in life, and fuck them. Just like so mask off, like not even sugarcoating it at all, not even talking about statistics, just we hate them.
When they say most women are teachers, they mean grade school teachers. If you go to college, most professors are men. When you look at nursing, yeah,
wait, what?
Sure,
Is that even
most
real?
Nurses are women. Most doctors are men, though. Men have to compete to get to the top, but unfortunately, we also compete at the bottom.
That's absolutely true. And one thing I'd like to add to this as well is, of course, this man is just spitting straight facts here. But something else as well that not a lot of guys seem to know about is the fact that women will often get into these fields to try and land the guys at the top. You see what I'm saying? So you'll get girls who will join law school. You'll get girls who will, go into medical fields and stuff like that. They'll want to become...
Fellas, I am the supreme understander of Sheilas, right? I've never seen one, but I'm the premium women understander. And let me tell you something. Ladies love taking on $200,000 of debt just so they can be around high value males. That's right. That's what they're doing. These fucking Sheilas. They're saddled with fucking debt. I don't know why I'm turning into Bill Burr. Everybody knows.
Become a nurse. And some of these girls, man, to be quite honest, what they're doing is they're jumping into the field so that they can latch onto the men at the top and then just not work and kind of go with, ride his coattails, so to speak. Like, I've seen girls...
This is especially funny about nurses. Like, yeah, dude. Yeah, women are literally working in literal human fecal matter. Okay? Like human, like literally fucking scooping poop out of like old people's buttholes so they can be in proximity of a fucking doctor. Okay? That's what they're doing. Like, can you imagine, dude? Holy fuck. Have you met a nurse? Have you been in a fucking hospital, dude? Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my God. Oh my fucking Lord, dude. Like, have you been outside? Do you know what nurses do? Like, I don't understand how you can have this position. Also, every fucking career has, like, someone in proximity to it that makes more money. So you can say that about everything. You're like, these fucking teachers, these Sheilas are becoming teachers so they can be around principals. That's right. They're all trying to fuck the principal, mate. Okay, like even in teaching, you can say that, you know? You can say that about every career because every career has some level of proximity to a manager, an executive, you know what I mean? Holy shit, vampires don't go to the hospital? Morbius sweep. Hashtag Morbius sweep. All Might is pulling the snooky Aussie accent off the map. Stop. These Philly girls will stop liking me. I have no personality but my accent. Also, you sound like a New Zealander. Back off, mate.
Literally do that and be able to bag lawyers and stuff like that by joining law classes and whatever the case may be.
Ladies, we all know we go to medical school to become a gold digger. That's the medical degree we search after. Like, Taylor, who are you talking about, man? What are you saying? Where? Show me. What? Go to a university and ask people this question and see how quickly you could get the cops called on you. Like, just a reminder, 400,000 views, 99% like ratio, okay?
Welcome back to another episode of Danny's Dating Stories. I have gone on so many bad dates, and Mama's Boy was just one of them. Now it is time to tell the story of a boy that we are going to codename Serial Dater. When I tell you that this man was...
Like, the funniest thing is, like, I mean, women do, like, weird shit on TikTok, right? Like, you got femcells, you got swerves, you got turfs, like, you got hella women being fucking horrid. Like the West Elm Caleb shit. Remember that saga? And I covered it, obviously. Like, you could criticize, if you're so desperate to criticize women, like, you can find women's wrongs, okay? There are instances. I mean, it doesn't mean that, like, all women are this way or anything like that. But, like, there are instances where, of course, like, you know, they're doing crazy shit. Same with men, okay? Why are you going after, like, women recounting normal dating experiences where, like, the other person has done some strange shit? Yeah, you got people smashing watermelons with their thighs, dude. Fucking sluts, slutty ass men, fucking whore ass men, dude. On the timeline, showing the fucking grippers, dude, showing the piggies, taking the dogs out to the park, dude, letting them walk all over. Whores! Stop it! Your balls almost popped out. Okay, dude. Fucking chill.
So fine. He had the most perfect sun-kissed skin, the perfect hair.
Oh God, here we go again with the descriptions of an attractive man. They're already upset. He had nice hair. He had good skin. He was tall. He should not have been hanging out with you. This is fucked.
Have you guys ever noticed how all of
I'm gonna be honest. I think this dude is just like gay. I mean, sorry. Like, this is not like homophobic or anything. I think he's just like gay and resentful that women get to be with like hot guys. Like, it literally feels like he's just mad that, you know, how do they get to fucking be with the hot guys and not me? I want to be with a sun-kissed male, but I'm a fucking vampire. I can't be out in the fucking sun. I'm a vamp. Do you want to be Cardi?
these men who are quote-unquote serial daters, right? Or the dudes who get around the block a few times, right? They always seem to be good-looking men. It's never the dudes who look bad or who are short
right? Or, you know, who don't look the best. These are not the men who are out here, quote unquote, serial dating.
Obviously, looks do play a role in dating, but isn't that the case for everyone? Like, he was just shitting on that lady before for not being up to the guy's price range. With a lot of these guys, it can be hard to tell if they're making this content and kind of saying these things because they really believe it, or if they're just saying the buzzwords and the stories, the friend zone, like he was just saying, like, over and over again because he knows the audience wants that to be the case. But I lean more towards the notion that all these guys do believe.
Wait, what?
Knows
Hold
the
on, I gotta
audience.
see that. I can guarantee the guy from the first girl talking was probably a stand-up guy with flaws like all men. She decided to kick him to the can looking for a Chad or Tyrone to commit. Oh, wow. Incels and, you know, incels and racism are fucking awesome. Like, that's just, you know, it comes along with one another. Like, you have to specify that, like, a black Chad has a different name. You know what I mean? That's cool. That's just basic stuff, you know?
Wants that to be the case. But
I'm actually glad that I'm a beta because I was able to avoid relationships until I learned about MG Toe. Now I'm ghosting in plain sight, stacking my green, and really enjoying my hobbies whilst going home every day to a peaceful residence. Feels so good. Please believe me when I tell you that Tyrone is not a new meme. No, I know it's not a new meme.
I lean more towards the notion that all these guys do believe this stuff, and it stems from a place of like hurt, and that hurt creates misconceptions about how relationships work. And again, it's one thing to like have weird views and have someone come in and be like, hey, like maybe you had a bad experience, but that's not the case for every woman in the world, so don't do that. Instead, you have a person fostering resentment within just millions and millions of people. I mean, over the
number of men that reported being virgin has tripled in the last 10 years for men under 30. I mean, we are not fucking. Like, our generation is not fucking, dude. Straight up. It's true. I don't know if that stat that you're referencing is correct, but we're just not fucking. Why? Because every man is sitting at home watching the HasanAbi broadcast, dude. That's why. All young men want to do is sit at home, play video games on one screen, and then fucking watch twitch.tv on the other screen, and that's it. Stop it. Not your generation? No, even our generation, too. My generation is like this, too. Like, women want college grads, or men are going to college less and less. I fucked to the HasanAbi broadcast, so stop hating. You're like the only one, okay? I am the dingus. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Says you're no better than us. Shh. I've had enough sex for a lifetime, okay? Shh. It's okay. I can do it now. I can abstain, okay?
course of however
Plus, I still fuck your mom.
long the channel's been going. I don't know, it's a weirdly self-sustaining zone of like harm, I guess. I don't really know what the solution is here, because I really want to fall back on the fact that the algorithm is connecting all of these types of guys such that the input of content that is telling you that it is women's fault and you should resent them for wanting to have a good time on a date, it's like limitless. I have yet to get recommended a video that is a response to any of these guys.
This girl matched with you, but you ignored her? Dude, stop.
And it makes sense why they are not receptive to this kind of thing. Women mature.
How did you find that? Like, what are you doing? You went on TikTok and you found something like that? That's crazy. Stop it. Stop it.
Faster, so you should look up.
Ew, Hassan banged my 70-year-old mom? Why is that ew, dude? What do you want? You don't want your mom to fucking have incredible orgasms at the age of 70, dude? What the fuck? After a lifetime of disappointing dick? She's happy.
up to them as role models and leaders. That would be a speed run into collapse of society. I literally had a girl tell me I was too nice to be in a relationship with when I was 20. She was a brain case, so I thank God she did that. Any girl who rejects you is doing you a favor.
Dude, these guys are finding a sense of community in an area where everyone is fucking socially alienated from their fucking labor. And unfortunately, the community that they're building is around toxic resentment and the deep-seated hatred of women. That's how it is, okay? And that's precisely why I try to regularly and routinely do chat advices and like talk to people and try to fucking give them good advice, because I think that is a necessity. Obviously, advice for different types of people is going to be different. Not everyone can use the same thing. But, you know, it's obvious. It's obvious that like, these people are going through that death spiral personally. Male version of turf spaces. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Regularly, Lamau, nice one. No, I try to give advice regularly. Not chat advice always, but I do try to give advice regularly. And I think I do. How would you help someone to deprogram from this incel brain poisoning of PUA culture and grindset culture? PUA culture and grindset culture are married to one another because one is like the same capitalism dogma reinforced, and the other one is just misogyny dogma. If you look at it as like theories, these two different kinds of ideology are merged with one another, which is like, and oftentimes they also have white supremacist undertones as well. But the advice I give is always the same. These dudes that you're looking at, these dudes that you're looking up to are fucking corny, okay? They are faking it. They are, and in a lot of instances, they're not even trying hard to fake it, okay? The reason why they're so appealing to you is because they're exactly like you. They fucking hate the world. They're shut-ins. They're literally, like, approachable to you, just like you are, because everything you resent about yourself, they also have. But the only thing is they can just fucking lie to you, okay? Why are you calling yourself out? No, I'm not. If you were smart enough to understand, I'm literally saying I'm not like that. There have been moments in my life where I was like that, except I'm not like that anymore, and it's pretty fucking obvious, right? I think. I don't know. Do you really think that we are, you know, living in similar circumstances? If you're like a shut-in who resents women, do you think we have the same fucking attitude? No, obviously not. We dramatically see the world in different ways if you see the world in that way. And if you have these like fucking issues. I have had social anxiety growing up and I had to fucking deal with it. And that's part of the reason why I can, I think, give decent advice on this sort of stuff. Hasan can't talk about virgins because he's literally privileged. Yeah, exactly. Because I didn't fucking look a certain way when I was younger. Like, come on. That's why I always say you can always be a 7. Ironically, calling yourself an incel is still calling yourself an incel Hasipu. I mean, yeah, I am an incel, okay? You used to look like Steven Crowder. Yeah, exactly. So, I remember 1.5 years ago where you said something like, be a good role model or provide an example of a good role model, and that stuck with me. But it is true. It is true. That's why, like, I try to do so much outside of the realm of, like, immediate political commentary, despite what some of you fucking nerds want from me all the goddamn time, and you fucking lose your shit when I don't do it. The reason why I do so much outside of the realm of political commentary is because, like, I want to be relatable, and I want people to understand that, like, we do have similar worldviews and similar opinions, so that I can help people maybe, you know, re-examine their bad behaviors and recognize that they also have the power to get better. I am someone who obsesses over progressing, no matter what. And I think that that has been, in times, relatively unhealthy, but, you know, ultimately, it's a healthy goal. And I think that that has been what has saved my life and the reason why I am successful. I mean, you literally did a charity stream for 2 days straight, and that didn't favor you in any way. You're a great role model. I mean, that sort of stuff, like, I do all the time. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like, the way The confidence that comes from within, okay? Of course, I have a lot of insecurities. Who doesn't? Everyone has insecurities, okay? That's the most normal thing. But there are areas where I am very secure, despite my body dysmorphia or social anxieties when I was growing up. I have, like when Cutie Cinderella said that I was a 7, and you sound like you're making the bootstrap argument. My friend, obviously there is a bootstrap argument to be made when it comes to self-improvement. That's so fucking insane. No, just live in filth then, dude. Like, what are you talking about, dude? What the fuck do you mean? You have to improve yourself. Like, you have to. You can. But the reason why I laughed off, instead of like losing my fucking mind over like Cutie Cinderella saying I was a 7, is because 1, it's a joke, and 2, I'm confident within myself. And that confidence doesn't happen overnight. It's a sequence of events that take place, as a sequence of experiences that you live through that can make you be more positive about the way you see yourself. And everyone is capable of seeing themselves in that positive light. Everyone is capable of building confidence, but you have to understand that it comes from within. Okay? A lot of these fucking weirdos, a lot of these losers that you watch on the internet that are like, yeah, women are this way, women are that way. Like, bro, you've never been around a woman. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know? They don't know anything. And that's why they make up a lot of that emptiness, a lot of that empty space that is full of insecurity with over-the-top machismo and bravado, or what they consider to be masculine features. And a lot of people who are also themselves resentful about the way that they are and deeply insecure cannot comprehend that those guys are just fucking LARPing as someone else. I can see it. I see it immediately. When I see someone like Cobra Tater or whatever the fuck, I'm like, okay, that's a deeply insecure person who is so lost in the sauce. Like, so far gone, okay? What do I always use as an example? You know who's a fucking confident person? Ludwig. He makes a fool of himself all the goddamn time. And you can only do that if you're a confident person. Germa, sure. I have not watched a lot of his content, but like from what I have seen and what I know of him, yeah. Incels are a perfect example of the Freudian Madonna complex, the psychological complex said to develop in men who see women as either saintly Madonnas or debased prostitutes. I mean, dude, we're not going to do like Freud right now. Come on. A lot of the PUA guys behaving in a way, in this like very carefully manufactured, like over the top, like hoorah, I'm such a fucking sexy guy way, are actually doing exactly what Ben Shapiro does. What does Ben Shapiro do? Ben Shapiro regularly talks about gender roles and how fucking rigid those gender roles are, right? They're like binary and they're super rigid. And everyone should fucking abide by them. But he himself does not fit said gender roles, right? So he is making up for his own personal insecurities by going in the opposite direction and like basically spitting as loudly as he possibly can about rigid gender roles that he himself does not fit under, hoping that like people don't recognize it, right? That's it. And it's the same for these fucking PUA Andes. Like they do this stuff and talk about like how fucking hot they are, or try to like present an image that like women want to fuck them all the time. And it's like, no, they don't. No, they don't. They really don't. I mean, there's plenty of fucking insecure women out there. I'm sure one of them would fuck these guys, certainly. Okay. But like the idea that they're like, oh, appealing to all types of women or whatever the fuck, like, no. Bobby might be the most secure person I've ever seen. He probably has like his own struggles, but charisma just radiates him around him like no other. Yeah, Stavros is a great example of this too. So if you don't want to fucking find yourself like Tim Pool being like, oh, I'm sure it's everyone else that's at fault. It's not me. It's everything else. You have to also examine your own behavior. You have to do a little bit of self-crit, okay? You have to try to find what you don't like about yourself. Maybe identify what you don't like about yourself and then work to change that. And you are capable of it, okay? That's how you build confidence. That's how you become a more confident person, when you become a more secure person, because you're able to accomplish the goals that you've set for yourself. Anyway.
Again, just broad, vast generalizations because of bad experiences. The thing is, like, dating can and does, especially now, suck. Like, dating apps suck. Forming relationships is a, you know, commodified, digitized dopamine thing. I mean, we all know this stuff about, like...
How do you change being short? Dude. Literally look to so many examples of short people who are fucking awesome and have beautiful girlfriends, wives. What the fuck are you talking about? What are they doing that you don't have? What do they got that you don't have? Well, I can tell you. Confidence. Success. That's it. They don't fucking constantly think about how short they are and how much it hinders their entire worldview. That's it. Literally. Look at Charlie. That's why I always say, look at Tom Holland. Yeah, look at, dude, that's why I always say there's a difference between fucking, there's a difference between short kings and manlets. Yeah, Cody and Noel are both short kings. Look at them. They're fucking killing it. They're awesome. Do you think they're constantly running around having that weigh over their consciousness at every fucking moment? You think they're constantly fucking radiating that, like, energy that, oh man, I'm short and everyone's gonna fucking see me in that framework, you know what I mean? Everyone's gonna see me as, like, a short guy. Look at Tyler Wan, who was 6'5", so obviously that doesn't count, but that's how it works. And you can fucking sit there and be like, dude, you're privileged. The fuck do you know? You're 6'4", like, fuck you. And you'd be right. I am very privileged in that respect. It's something that I never think about, okay? I have my own insecurities that don't revolve around my height, obviously, but it's something that I never have to worry about and I never have to think about, okay? But you can sit around and wish that you were 6'4" for the rest of your life and let that fucking weigh over you. Or you can be like, well, these are the cards that I was dealt with and it's not going to fucking destroy me. And I'm better than that. And I have so much more to offer than my fucking height. And that if women are exclusively gravitating towards someone with, if women are just like exclusively looking for like a tall dude, then fuck those women anyway. Ethan Klein isn't short, but he embraces insecurities and has literally helped me personally. Yes, every single person that you see and love that is like under 5'8", that you look up to, okay, is just a confident person because they don't let that shit hurt them. They're literally like, you know, they've overcome their insecurities. Myself included. Like, I've overcome my insecurities, you know what I mean, in order to be here. Being looked down to? Come on. That's every women, Lamau, Hassan, misogynist confirmed. Wait, what? Like, height is only as important as you make it. You have to understand. Height is only as important as you make it. You're just hyper-focusing on an element instead of being like, all right, well, this is just how it is, and we're going to continue living our lives, okay? Yeah, who could forget the #1 short king, Danny motherfucking DeVito, one of the coolest people on the fucking planet, literally. Yeah, here, that's a good way to put it. Why are you out here hyper-focusing on a fucking L instead of focusing on getting the W? I forgot where the chatter is that wrote that, but that was a good take. And the worst part is, a lot of you, or not you in here, obviously, because I would say that this is like a relatively positive environment that's constantly churning out like positive methods of self-improvement. But a lot of people, especially like haters, for example, that come in here, okay, They come in here and exclusively to like clip something and then go back to their hate-ridden circles. That's like terrible for their fucking mentality. It's terrible. And I want to help them out. I want to help everybody out. And the worst thing they can do is be like, oh, cope. He's just saying this, cope. You're going to be a loser for the rest of your life. Don't listen to this guy's copium. And maybe for a brief moment when you hear someone else say that, because it's like all of your insecurities coming to the forefront, like you feel good. You're like, yeah, I'm actually above it because I'm aware that these are like uncontrollable insecurities of mine that I have no way to change, and it's going to fuck my life up for the rest of my life. And it feels like it's like Schadenfreude, right? Like it feels good for a brief moment when you think about it. Dude, you bring up getting pussy bitches as a mark for success for a man who criticized them for shortcomings every time. I think that's somewhat incel misogyny, man. What? Dude, I'm fucking memeing, dude. That has nothing to do with anything. If anything, I'm the biggest fucking loser then. Am I getting any pussy or bitches? No, shut the fuck up. What's wrong with you, dude? That's called making a joke, okay? I know it's very difficult for you to fucking comprehend. I think that's somewhat incel misogyny, man. People can be ace or maybe live in a conservative, sex-negative environment. Please don't ban me. I'm not attacking you. I'm not going to ban you, but you also have to understand that, like, when I say stuff like that, I am 99% of the time making memes. It's like getting mad at me for fucking doing a Hank Pecker voice. You know what I mean? Oh, well, you're reinforcing racism by being like, by portraying yourself as like a racist conservative. You know what I mean? Come on. Remember that the left doesn't know how to joke? We think you're serious 100% of the time. Yeah, that's so sad. Like, come on, dude. What about baldness? That's hilarious that you think that that is like in any way a shortcoming. Come on, dude. Stop. That's not. You're talking about yet another thing that is like in some ways outside of your power, that you're allowing it to fucking destroy you. Look at slime. Look at Northern Lion. Look at Melon. Look at Moon Moon. Damn, I'm able, dude, you know I'm a fucking bald chaser, okay? I will rattle off every bald. Look at Stavros. Tall women love a secure short guy, especially if they're taller than most guys who reject them because they're tall. Stop taking bald pills. You'll look great. Bald. Stop taking bald pills. No. There will come a day when I do take TRT, though, in which case the bald pills will not fucking work. And in which case I will embrace the bald. Well, what are you afraid of then? I mean, it's something that I was able to fucking manage. I'm saying if you can't manage it, if it's like unmanageable at this point, if you haven't like taken... If you haven't taken the necessary precautions, then, you know, you have to learn to embrace it. And I will as well when it comes time to it. How's your test while you're taking bald pills? I mean, I'm pretty good.
Tinder. But I think that's a very common experience, no matter whether you're a woman, a man, non-binary person. And so the only way to find common ground is to actually like talk to each other.
Aren't they going into a bit of spiral? Sorry, this is a good question actually. So I'm going to respond to this and we'll get back to the video in a second. Aren't they going into a bit of a spiral? Hating themselves is easier than actively working, so they blame others? Yes, that is precisely what it is. It's addictive. And I know it better than anyone else because this is one fucking addiction I cannot shake, which is like constantly seeking out negative commentary about me that is not even in any way, shape, or form remotely constructive. Okay? Yes. ContraPoints had an incredible video about this when she talked about incels and like red pill Andes, okay? Many, many years ago. She fucking nailed it. And I think if I remember correctly, she personally talks about how she also loves looking at like horrible comments about her. And it wrecks you if you let it happen. The point is, you're spiraling all the time. Says you, Lamau, do you also think poor people shouldn't blame the system and just be rich? Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm always saying. The system is designed in a way, the system is designed legitimately in a way where there is very little social mobility. Okay? Like, because you need someone to clean the toilets. So the system is personally designed in a way to ensure that there are some people that are always going to clean the toilets. And that's just how it is, okay? The system is not designed in a way that these fucking PUA Andes describe it to you. The system is not designed in the same way when it comes to self-improvement. That, okay, that is entirely different. I'm never going to sit here and be like, yo, it's your fault that you're poor. Fuck you. And I'm not saying, yo, it's your fault that you're short. Fuck you. I'm saying there are ways that you can overcome that. Okay? There are ways that you can overcome non-systemic issues. Okay? But more importantly, confidence comes from within. Whereas changing your class, or rather overcoming your material conditions, is quite difficult. It can be possible. You can do it. Okay? But I'm not going to fault you for the way that the system is designed. Whereas if you're a short person, I'm not even faulting you, but I'm telling you that you absolutely can work to no longer care about that. If you're homeless, you can't just overcome homelessness by becoming more confident. But you can overcome the feelings that you have about being short. Okay? So making that comparison is a profoundly privileged one. And it kind of immediately gives me your... It kind of is a self-report. Like, you're basically describing how you view the world. You think that, like, the way that the system is designed, like the way that the dating pool works, the way to find love or to find a functional relationship is impossible to you, in the same way that it's fundamentally almost or functionally impossible to fucking overcome your class position. Anyway.
To, like, for all the stories that these channels are pulling up and saying, like, look at how badly this woman acted in this situation, there are equally as many of men doing that. So
let's be honest, there are not a lot of rich incels either. What the fuck are you talking about? There's hella rich incels, dude. Have you seen Silicon Valley? You're so wrong. What? There are so many rich incels. Have you met rich people? What the fuck? You are so wrong, dude. I know that the argument that he was trying to make is that, like, a lot of why incels are the way they are is their insecurities, and their class makes it harder. You know what I mean? Their class makes it harder to overcome that. That's the argument that he was trying to make. But, like, no, brother, trust me. There's, like, a lot of fucking incredibly rich incels that actually doesn't even change anything, really. Like, being rich. I mean, Tim Pool is a great example of this. Ben Shapiro. Pretty much all of the fucking, like, successful right-wing commentators, most of the fucking billionaires.
I don't know, I'm really kind of struggling here to figure out, like, what can be done about this. But the one thing I have found, somebody commented about this earlier, is a subreddit called Men's Liberation, r/menslib. And it's pretty interesting. It's the men's issues discussion has been sorely held back by counterproductive tribalism. We're building a new dialogue on the real issues facing men through positivity, inclusiveness, and solutions building. And it's really focused on building men up and addressing issues without tearing women down, basically, with, like, an intersectional feminist lens as well. Rule number 9, this is a pro-feminist community. General feminist concepts are integral to our discussion.
You can't just go down to the self-confidence store and buy that shit? Yes, exactly. Can't. You literally cannot. The only way that you can build confidence is from within, okay? And it's probably one of the most important assets. It's one of the most important qualities. If you want to think about it from like a fucking, you know, hyper-regimented, hyper-structured, neurodivergent, appealing attitude. If you want to think about it like a fucking video game, you literally have to do quests, okay? The only thing you can buy is a subscription to avoid the top of the hour ad break. Fuck. Because at the top of the hour, there's a 60-second ad break, okay? And if you no longer want to see those ads, if you're like, fuck that, I don't want to see these ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or you can do for free with a Twitch Prime. By connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, you get 1 free Prime subscription a month. Okay, here's the woman ad break now. On Mother's Day? Absolutely.
Approach is intersectional and recognizes privilege as relative to the individual. If you are confused by certain terms, we'll refer you to other resources. But this isn't the place to—
Wait, isn't this why you often recommend working out? Because it's a way to feel and see direct impact of your effort and build confidence in the game? Absolutely. That's part of the reason why I fucking love working out. It helps you in the short term because it fucking pumps hormones into your body that makes you feel good. It makes you feel good in the fucking midterm, and it makes you feel great in the long term. Most importantly, it helps you realize like, oh shit, I had goals that I set for myself and I was able to achieve them. I was able to overcome great odds. My bad, I misunderstood you, man, and took your joke as a serious take. Well, I'll tell you one more thing. When I say I fucked your mom to a chatter, I did not literally have sexual intercourse with their mothers. Nor do I personally think that like, you know, it's demeaning or anything to have sex with people's moms, or like that moms are somehow, yeah, like I said, I'm not saying that to demean them, just a joke.
To debate terminology. We don't require you to identify as a feminist, as long as you can engage with our approach in good faith and abide by our civility guidelines. Furthermore, gender essentialism is not welcome here. So it is like welcoming an open space. And just to read some of these posts, like, casual sex generally leads to more positive emotional outcomes for men than for women, study finds. So right here, this article could be cited by a Manosphere person in order to like slut shame and be like, guys, when they hook up, it's good because they earned it. But women, they're giving it up. A
hoe phase, not a phase. A mental training for both genders. Once a hoe, always going to have that hoe mentality. Papa flip and smurf. Wishful thinking won't change that fact. Like addictions, you will always have some craving. What the fuck? Oh my god, dude. If you have that, if this is your worldview, I don't know if I can help you, dude. Holy shit. She cried every single time, but she kept getting run through. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. How dumb. Oh my god. So if they work, they tell you that don't like working. If they hook up, they tell you they don't like hookups. When they get married, they tell you they don't like it. Seems like whatever they do, they will end up not liking it. What the fuck?
But here, the discussion goes differently. So they're citing a section from the article, but women were more likely than men to report that they had engaged in the hookup because they were feeling miserable, feeling lonely, felt pressured by the other person, or wanted to feel better about themselves. Women were also more likely than men to report negative emotional outcomes such as loneliness, unhappiness, rejection, regret, and then the commenter responds. This doesn't surprise me given the fact that men are taught that sexual conquests, regardless of the quality, are an indicator of their manliness or manhood, which also plays into why the orgasm gap exists. And women are typically taught that their desire to be sexual is shameful, and we're all taught that being sexually desirable is one of the most valuable things we can, which is a bit of an oxymoron for women. But I do think if we explored why those men felt that way, we'd see that they're actually using casual sex the same way one might use drugs or alcohol. I'm not trying to imply that all men who say they walk away from the experience happy and content are lying and that the casual sex doesn't typically favor men over women, but I do think if we explored why those men felt that way, we'd see that they're using casual sex the same way one might use drugs or alcohol, and that would at least partially explain why women aren't walking away with that same—
Motherfucker really said orgasm gap? What, you think that that's not real? Are you crazy? Are you really gonna tell me that, like, I mean, have you ever been around a woman in a non-platonic capacity? Because if you have, then you would understand that making a woman orgasm is profoundly more difficult than making your dumbass orgasm. You probably fucking come at the thought of having sexual intercourse with a woman or a light breeze. I mean, it's just the truth. And part of that is because, again, they're nailing it. We are conditioned to fucking gratify ourselves. Okay? And it's normal and it's a good thing. It's healthy behavior, right? But women are the exact opposite. They're supposed to be like, you know, they're supposed to be little angels. And it's not exactly something that is taught at an early age to women, especially. As a matter of fact, it's only bad education when it comes to sex ed for women. Part of the reason why women have an orgasm gap, by the way, is, I mean, or a big part of the reason why women have an orgasm gap is because women are not taught to fucking touch themselves even. You know what I mean? Like, there are so many women that go for a very long time without ever fucking experiencing an orgasm. So they just don't even think that that's like what is normal. There's so many women that don't buy fucking sex toys for themselves. There's so many women that don't even fucking touch themselves and shit. So they don't even have the capacity to be able to educate someone about what turns them on if they don't know what turns them on. Now, obviously, as men, we are fucking, we're selfish, okay? It works in our favor. So for us, it's like, all right, cool. Like, I don't have to make you come. That's great. The expectation, you don't even have that expectation. That's awesome. So much so that, like, you'll fake it to make me feel good. Oh, that's even better. Holy fuck. Because it's work. You don't want to put in the work. And if you don't have to, and we've conditioned women into thinking that, like, you don't even need to put in the work, and that they actually have to put in the work to make it seem like they enjoyed it even more for our, for our feelings, like, holy fuck, even better. You know? I also assume that most porn is for the male gaze. Porn should not be a substitute for sex ed. How many times do I have to say this, okay? Movies are not supposed to educate you, okay? Movies are there for entertainment and for consumption. Also, yes, the returns on eating pussy are astronomical. Invest in eating pussy, boys. Oh my fucking lord, dude. You don't understand. I shouldn't even be saying this, to be honest. I don't like teaching dudes how to fuck better because, you know, because it benefits me. It's like being an anti-racist white person. You know what I mean? It's like the bar is so fucking low that clearing it is like incredibly easy. Sorry, it's just the truth. When the bar is super low, it's incredibly fucking easy to clear it. A girl buys a vibrator, it's seen as a bit of a naughty fun, but when a guy orders a 240-volt Fuckmaster Pro 5000 blow-up latex all with 6-speed pulsating vagina, elasticized anus with non-drip semen collection tray, together with the optional built-in realistic orgasm scream surround system, he's called a pervert? Yeah, you're right, dude. That's fucked up, Kings. The bar is so low, saying you eat pussy is like a cheat code. No, saying you eat pussy is fucking weird. Don't say that. Don't even say that. I'm just saying just actually eating pussy is a cheat code. Guys, when I came on this platform 3 fucking years ago, or 4 years ago, when I would first go on a show where we would, like, debate cultural issues, okay, the Austin show, people would literally fucking lose their minds when I said, like, you should buy a vibrator. Like, they'd be like, what? Your dick doesn't work? Is your dick not good enough? Like, that's just insecurity, dude. Does your dick vibrate? No? Then shut the fuck up. Is your dick able to fucking vibrate and stimulate the clitoris? No? Then how about, you know, trust me on this, okay? Like, people literally fucking yell at me and be like, dude, that's laughable, lol. You don't know anything, lol. I remember when you said that for the first time. Yeah, and people were like fucking people straight up, every single person, including all of those fucking communities in unison, were making fun of me and saying, "Ha Hasan, he doesn't know anything. What a cuck." I think we've come a long way from then. Okay, I think we've come a long way from that. You know. Not even 2 decades ago, people were made fun of if they ate pussy. Some people probably still do. Yeah. People literally think using toys is getting cucked in Manosphere spaces. Yeah, because they're fucking pathetic. That's their insecurity. They're insecure. And it's great for me because, you know, that makes me a lot better in comparison. Okay? It just makes me fucking awesome. I don't even have to try that hard. You know what I mean? Great. I'll tell you, I'll take it one step further. In all of my experience, and I think that some women might even get mad at me for saying this, but in all of my experience, when a woman says they don't like to suck dick, okay, and this is trigger warning, barring like any other like additional underlying reasons like sexual assault or whatnot, okay, most of the time it's because they just like are insecure about not doing it. Okay, they haven't done it and they're insecure about not doing it, so therefore they don't understand that it's like a pleasurable experience for them in the same way that it's a pleasurable experience for me to eat pussy. It's true. Nah, some dudes don't clean their dicks. Okay, let's not even fucking get to this, okay? The penis is at least a little bit like by design, unless you're literally not circed up. The penis is by design a little bit cleaner across the board. Let's not get into that conversation. That's not the reason why I think a lot of women are fearful of that. But you should clean your dicks regardless. But don't fucking lay the blame here on men when you can lay the blame on patriarchy. I like a little cheese on my hot dogs. Okay, y'all are disgusting. Please stop saying that. Anyway. Clearly, I've never sucked a dirty dick. I mean, I haven't sucked a clean dick either. But I'm circed up, so. And another thing, one last thing I'll say about incels. You're very entitled. Okay? You're very entitled. You think that, like, if you are kind to a woman, like, that they you know, need to fuck you or something. And that's not how that works. Okay? You need to work on yourself. It's that entitlement that causes you to be resentful towards women who don't fuck you. That's why you see so many, like, nice guys turn it up immediately after they get, like, even a little bit of rejection. Okay? You're not entitled to anything. Like, that's not how that works. You're the new Aaron Marino? I don't know who the fuck that is. Yes, they did take from my dick what I can't return. I am an intactivist. Yeah. Oh, this is a great point. That self-entitlement and arrogance from incels is due to them confusing it as confidence. Exactly. Motherfuckers that are not personally confident literally think arrogance and entitlement is confidence. That's not it. You should be able to make fun of yourself if you're a confident person. And even in my worst moments, when I get like super fucking insecure after streaming for, you know, hours and hours and hours and hours, okay? And it gets to a certain point where the outside influence like starts fucking up my mental space. That's when I become fucking insecure as well, and I like literally will lash out in ways, and I can no longer be how I normally am. Lighthearted, kind, make jokes about myself, with the fear that like any kind of joke I make about myself, whether it's self-deprecating or not, will be used against me. That's what's one of the worst parts about like the endless spiral of negativity. Is that it makes my content worse, and I hate that. Anyway,
feeling, mainly because her pleasure isn't at the forefront of the experience. His ability to quickly reassure himself or his manhood or boost his confidence is. So again, it's like starting from the same point of here's a study that says some information about sex and relationships, but instead of going in one direction, spiraling into blaming women for whatever thing it is, it's like an actual conversation. I think that's great. I think we need more stuff like this. I don't know where this is going on YouTube and how it's going to counter our vampire friend, but let me know in the comments. And that's the end of the video. Thank you.
Me. That's how we're gonna counter it. Why are you reinforcing the stereotype that uncircumcised dicks are dirtier? No, that's not what I'm reinforcing. I'm just simply stating that physically a circumcised penis is much harder to be dirty. It's much harder because it's like